Hello YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. How you doing? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's time again for the knife of the day. This is the series where Monday through Friday I go through my collection one knife at a time, one day at a time. We started 3 months ago. Over 3 months ago. Boy, time flies. Going through my Spyderco collection. We're still making the way through the Spyderco collection. I have 4 Pelican cases, three 1550s, one 1600, and they're jam-packed, way too tight inside of those. And so I figure about a year we'll get through all of them, all the Chris Reeves and the Browse blades, the Striders, the Hinders, the case knives, the customs, all of those knives. But right now we're making our way through the Spyderco collection. And the knife of the day is the brand new, just released by Spyderco, Sprint Run, burnt orange Spyderco Meerkat. So let's talk about the Meerkat. Spyderco brought this back because one thing Spyderco does with Sprint Runs that I just love, because I'm a collector. I have a lot of the older knives, a lot of the newer ones. Check out the playlist. Is a very popular knife that was made 7-10 years ago. They'll bring back as a Sprint Run. Sprint Run is limited edition. Usually around 1,000 knives, plus or minus 200 or so. So it is limited edition. Once it's sold out, it's sold, and then it goes to the secondary market. And because they're limited, what usually happens is the price jumps up. Let's talk about the Meerkat. Oh, is it one of my favorites? You bet it is. It started out, this is is it AUS 8? No, AUS 6. This has AUS 6 steel. This is one of the very earlier Meerkats from Spyderco, and you can see its hollow ground knife there. And then the more recent version had VG10 steel on it. This newer version, I love it. Spyderco adding to their HAP 40 collection of knives. This is part of the burnt orange collection of knives. Right now, Spyderco has burnt orange, all Sprint Runs of the Ladybug, Man Bug, Dragonfly, the Stretch, the Delica, the Endura, and now the Meerkat. I really love it. HAP 40 is a wonderful steel, retains an edge very, very nicely. This is the full flat ground, just like this one was full flat ground VG10. This is full flat ground, but instead of VG10, yeah, it has the HAP 40 steel, as I said. The HAP 40 steel, let's see if we can get the line. You see that line right there? You can see the HAP 40 steel is below the line. This actually is a 3-layered steel blade. So it's HAP 40, and then it is on both sides sandwiched in with SUS 410, which gives it a little bit more strength and protects it a little bit more as a stainless steel. So it protects it more from rust. Just a real nice knife. The shape is kind of a modified Spyderco leaf shape. You'll see that in a lot of Spyderco knives. Of course, I love it with the forward choil. In this case, most of the choil is taken up by the handle. This is a very small knife, really. But man, it fits so good. It's one of what Spyderco loves to call little big knives. This is it. I mean, it's so well done. It does what Spyderco does. They just know how to fit your hand on a handle, how to balance it very nicely. Let's talk about the handle. Pretty soon, I'm saving the best for last. Why people love the Meerkat, why it's one of my favorite knives, and why I literally slobbered on myself. When they announced it, I'm recording this in 2017, when they announced at the end of 2016 that they were bringing it back as a sprint run, I literally salivated over it. So I'm so happy to have it in my hand, and even more happy to share it with you. Now the handle is where all the special stuff comes in. Yes, it's burnt orange. They wanted to make sure this was burnt orange. They're using the HAP 40 steel and a lot more blades. Knife center released, wonderful Delica and Endura with the mahogany handles and HAP 40 steel. And I think, and we have at least one more knife scheduled, but we'll see other HAP 40 steel knives come out. And not necessarily burnt orange. I love that they made this sprint run like the other sprint runs burnt orange. This is an FRN scale, fiberglass reinforced nylon, very tough. I love, this is for design, but also, you know, gives you little places to put your fingers, especially when you wrap them around. But it's mostly for design. The clip is that small, modified wire clip. I'm a big fan of the wire clip. It is a deep carry clip, and because this is smaller, and I'll compare it with the HAP 40 Dragonfly and a HAP 40 Man Bug at the end, so you can see the size of this. The handle is, of course, a lot bigger than the blade, and that's there so that the blade, you can handle it a little bit better. I mean, the handle is big enough to fit your hand. I've been ignoring the big part of the Meerkat that makes it special. I love also how they have here so that your little finger rests there just perfectly. It's a real nice knife, especially as a full flat ground slicer. And I like small knives. Deep carry, right hand, left hand, only tip down. Only tip down. Right hand, left hand, deep pocket carry. But what really makes this special is a lock that Spyderco has trademarked, and so happy to bring it back. It's only in the Meerkat. Stainless steel liners. But how does the lock work? It's not a back lock, not a compression lock. Nope, not a liner lock. It's what they call the phantom lock. The invisible lock. It is trademarked by Spyderco as a phantom lock. So on the bottom you see that there's a Spyderco logo on both sides. If you're a lefty on this side, righty here. And the lock, the phantom lock, is you put your thumb here, you slide the scales forward, and it releases the lock. Locks up. You can even feel when you open the knife, you can really, you can feel this move. Watch. You see? It was covered by my hand. I'm not pushing it open, but like every lock, it's releasing the blade. Nice detent too, but it releases the blade. Snaps back and locks it in secure. So you can use it, and when you want to put it back, you manually push it forward and it releases. Great detent, great fit and finish, really nice fit and finish. Just a wonderful knife. This, my friends, is the return of the Spyderco Meerkat. It's brand new, just released. It's a sprint run. It's part of the Burnt Orange Sprint Run series from Spyderco. Limited edition, of course, HAP 40 steel, and of course the one and only phantom lock. There you have it. That's the knife of the day. If you're enjoying these knives of the day, oh, by the way, one cautionary tale. This is an older one. This is one of the first releases of the Meerkat. You notice how it doesn't close all the way? And that's because I bought it off someone, but they extended it too far. So if you do that too much, you can hurt the lock. Now it's closed all the way, but when it's open, it's not. It's hard to ruin these locks from my experience. You don't have to, it's like, that's why they put a lot of lock extenders on frame locks. Sometimes you get a little too crazy and you can ruin a lock. This isn't really ruined. It still locks up. It's just that the scale doesn't go back. But I've been using this for a long time and it's fine. So that's just take care of it, okay? That's your Dragonfly, especially since it's a sprint run and will hop up in price pretty soon. And that is the man bug, so you can see kind of the sizes. If you're enjoying this Monday through Friday walk through my collection, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to thumb this up, like it, share the link, let people know this crazy guy is doing this Monday through Fridays. Subscribe, that really helps me out. And turn on your notifications. This was stuck at my front desk. It came in last night. I couldn't get a hold of it. I wish I could have. I would have posted it last night, and if you didn't have your notifications on, you would have missed it. But I had to get up early and go down there and pick it up today. The new Spyderco Meerkat Sprint Run HAP 40 Burnt Orange Edition. Thank you for joining me. You guys have a perfect day. Take good care of yourselves. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.